Today you could find the mean, median, mode, and range of a set of data. Some jokes. Oh, I'm getting old. Do you ever walk into the woods and forget what you're going to do? Robin, look, someone in that store is in trouble. Data sets. Data sets are collections or groups of numbers. So data sets are really useful if you're trying to understand information about a certain set of things. So maybe you want to find out the weight of your pets. They're listed here in a data set. Maybe you want to find out the age of this family here. Or maybe you want to find the data sets for bigger things. Or maybe you just want to find the data sets or collection of data for land animals, the fastest land animals. Or maybe you want to find information about the brightness of stars in the universe. It'd be pretty hard to make sense of a question like this because there's so many numbers. You might just say, wow, there's a lot of numbers there. That is where the mean, median, and mode come into play. These are three different properties of data sets. They can give us useful information about the data set so we can get the big picture about the world we live in. More vocabulary. Measures of central tendency. Any of the several methods used to find the central value of two or more numbers. So these include mean, median, and mode. We'll talk more about these in just a minute. Mean equals average. Go ahead and copy that down. So we're going to look at a data set that has 5 numbers here. 1, 8, 3, 2, and 6. If we rearrange these into blocks, it looks like this. So I want to rearrange this data set here so there are an equal number of blocks for this whole entire thing here. So let's see. So I'm going to move this one. I'm going to delete this cell here, and I'm going to move it down here. Okay, and now let's do the same thing for this one here. Let's delete that. Let's put it down here. Okay, so let's move this one. Maybe if I just do white instead, that might be easier, right? So that's 1, 2, 3. So let's move 3. 1, 2, 3, and then I want to move 1, 2. So let's move those 2 over here. Okay. All right, so we have made a consistent value for the entire table here. We want each stack to be the exact same amount. Some were greater than 4, and some were less than 4. But we made them all the same, and it became 4. That is the concept of the mean. We're trying to smooth out all the data values into one consistent value. Maybe we can use math to find the average. So let's take a look at those same numbers. So let's take a look at those same numbers now, but let's use it without using blocks, because if we had to use blocks for everything, it would be such a headache. So to find out the mean, we're going to add up all the numbers and divide by the number of numbers. So that'll equal 20. And then we divide by the number of numbers, that'll give us a total of 4, just like the example with the blocks. So I've taken a minute here and I've added up I put a plus sign between all the numbers, and now I want to add those up. Next, I'll divide by the number of numbers there are, which is 6. When I divide by the number of numbers, I get 38. Some are bigger than 38 and some are less than 38. There isn't even a number that's 38 here. But the average consistent value for all of these numbers here is 38. Look at is the median. The median is the middle number in a data set. So you can think of a median like in a freeway, the middle part is called a median because it's in the middle. So take a minute and copy down this information here on the median. Is the number that splits the data into two equal parts. So let's take a look at 1, 3, 2, 6, and 8. The median of a data set requires it to be in order from least to greatest. There we go. Now we want to split it into two equal groups. So a good strategy for that is to simply cross out the side values until we get to the middle. So our middle number here is 3. So our answer for our median is 3. Now you may be asking yourself, is it always going to be that easy? Absolutely not. There'll be times where you'll have to find the median of data sets like this. Ugh, what a mess, right? Let's start with something really easy, like 2, 1, and 3. So let's put it in order from least to greatest. And let's find the median. And it's 2. Now let's say that we have the mean and median can be the same numbers, and sometimes they're different. So let's look at this example. Let's find the median, and we just did that, so that's going to be 2. And let's find the mean here. Remember, to find the mean, you add up all the numbers and divide by the number of numbers. So we'll get 6 divided by 3, which equals 2. So in this case, they happen to be the same value for both the mean, median, and mean. As the data continues to grow, data sets continue to grow and get bigger, this commonality of them being the exact same doesn't always happen. Let's find the mean and the median of the following number sets here. So let's find the median of this set of data here. So the median is 3. Now let's find the mean. Let's see, 1. So 1 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. And 12 plus 8 is 20. Next, we'll divide by the number of numbers, which is 5, to get 4. We can see that the mean and median is different. So let's say that we have 4 numbers now. All the other numbers we've been working with have been odd. In this case, we have even numbers. So how do we find the median? So let's go ahead and look at it. So we'll do the same thing. We still want equal values on both sides, which is what we did here. But now we have even numbers. To do that, we need to find the mean of this. We'll do 2 plus 3, which equals 5, and divide that by 2 to get 2.5. You also might be able to see that in the middle of 2 and 3 is 2.5. Even though 2.5 doesn't appear in the data set, it is the median because it's in the middle of the data set. Now let's take a look at an example where we find the mode. The mode means most often. So we just look at the data and see which number appears the most often. In this one, I don't see a mode. So these are the examples from earlier. So this one has no mode. And this one has no mode. And this one has no mode. Let's find the mode of this data set. Well, I see 2 2s, 1 1, and 3 3s. So 2 3 3s, that appears most often. We're going to have the number 3 as our mode. The number 3 as our mode. Here, it's in order. Okay, so I see how many sevens? It looks like, in this example, there are two modes, 7 and 15. There's a possibility to have two different modes. Okay. Now we're going to find out the mean, median, mode, and range of the following. So here we're given a set of ukuleles sold. Okay, so we want to start off by putting these in order from least to greatest. So I want to find out the mean, median, and mode of the following data. Start off by finding the mean first, because that's the hardest one, the mean. And when I add all these up, I get 108. Now I have to look at how many months there are, and there's 12 months in a year, so I know I have to divide it by 12. And 108 divided by 12 is 9. So the mean, or the consistent value of all these numbers, is 9. Okay, so now that's the mean. Now I need to find the median. So they're already in order, so now I just need to make equal values on both sides. 4 and 4 on each side, 5 and 5 on each side. Okay, so now I'm left with 9 and 10. So what number lies between 9 and 10? You got